What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Supergirl Season 2 finale video. So there will be spoilers for the Supergirl Season 2 finale, of course, so if you haven't watched that episode, go away, bookmark this, come back, and enjoy. So the Supergirl Season 2 finale was, of course, absolutely awesome, wrapped up everything very, very well, and really was the cap on the end of a really good second half season. The first half of the season was pretty lacking, to be honest. It was just a tad lacking, to be honest. But I've covered all that in my finale review video, which you can check out in the description below, which will have all of my opinions as well, discussing just what the hell is going on. So the end, of course, was an absolute mystery at the end of Supergirl Season 2. We learn that yet another pod was launched on the end of Krypton's life, and our friends Kara and Kal are not the only Kryptonians seemingly left. And, well, we had a pod mystery at the end of Season 1, and now we have a pod mystery at the end of Season 2. So it seems like every season we get another pod, just like every season on The Flash, you get a brand new version of Harrison Wells, weirdly enough. But I'm not going to hate on this, to be honest, because it is an interesting way of setting up what is going on in Season 3, who could be the big bad, and just how much Krypton was important to the history. So we could see and learn, if it's a Kryptonian, that there will be more history discovered throughout. Now, there are quite a few people there could be in the pod, to be honest. Now, it's interesting that they chose this end part of it to be revealed, and it was 35 years ago. So the question is, has this person grown up, or have they simply been in stasis like Supergirl was in the Phantom Zone? So the question is, who could it actually be? Now, curiously, at the start, we see some shady scientists. So, for me, it has to be someone on Krypton, or of Krypton's sort of origin. So, I've seen quite a few people say it could possibly be Darkseid, which I really don't think they're actually going to choose someone as Darkseid for this show. Even if Darkseid wasn't the overall arching, seemingly villain of the DC EU, well, I don't think that they would choose him, because it needs to be more of a Kryptonian villain. It needs to be someone not from, obviously, from Apokolips. I don't think that would really work, in my opinion. Now, another person people are saying is Hell, whatever, but Hell was the person in the Superman New 52, the DC New 52 comics, who was supposed to be the Bizarro version, supposed to be a version of Bizarro. And to be honest, I don't think it really was a good idea, and I really don't think someone like that would work. Interestingly, it could work if they literally just go through and have it as the father of Kal was making this person and sent them out to protect Krypton's history, and then they become corrupt and angry when they hear that Krypton has been destroyed, and looks on at both Supergirl and Superman and feels that they are obviously completely not what they would expect, and they're not protecting Krypton's history, not trying to get it back. So that is that. I'm not really sure. I don't think that it would be that kind of person, to be honest. Now, there are, again, quite a few that they could actually be. You could even have a normal version of Bizarro, to be honest. There is also Doomsday. Now, Doomsday is one of the biggest villains in DC. After all, it was the person who actually killed Superman. So Superman was killed, and then, he came back just like normal comics. But they've covered this in, obviously, the original story, The Death of Superman. It was also in New 52 version in DC Rebirth as well, and was also recently covered in the Batman vs. Superman movie. And I really don't think they're going to tread the steps of Doomsday, mainly because it is a Superman villain. Now, I don't think having a Superman villain who is as iconic as a Superman villain would really work, to be honest. It wouldn't fit and really does do the show and Supergirl a huge disservice, to be honest. And I think they need to have more actual Supergirl villains on the show. Now, you could have someone such as the Eradicator, who sprung up after the Death of Superman arc, has been recently involved quite a lot in New 52, but this is more of a person. This isn't like a robot, it's not an android, it is an actual seemingly proper baby who has a odd blood ritual around it. So to me it seems like it actually has to be a person, and B, it could even be a genetic experiment, which is where the most likely version comes to it. Now, originally I was thinking, hold on, this could be Atrocitus. Supergirl villain, has blood, weird stuff, but no, I really don't think it could be him, unfortunately. Maybe I played too much Injustice 2. However, this could be Rain. Now, Rain was one of the bunch of world killers who came to be a villain of Supergirl. They were created on a shady space lab by Kryptonites, which explains the shady kind of science, the secretive organization, and kind of just weird shit going down. And what happened there is that they were created, then they discovered Krypton was destroyed, and they came to Earth. Now, Rain was one of these world killers. There were 4. One was hinted to be Doomsday, and the 3 of them landed on Earth and had an epic battle with Supergirl. And Supergirl was even offered to join the World Killers, which obviously she didn't agree to join because, she's Supergirl. She doesn't agree to do stuff like that. So they even said that they'll go to Earth where they'll reign if it was. Now, the problem is they messed with the embryos of babies from around the universe. Now, if they had someone who was... they changed this and have it as someone who was Kryptonian, but was just messed with just a bit, and then that would make sense why they would think that on Earth they would reign, because maybe they saw or foresaw that if Kryptonians went to Earth, the yellow sun would sort them out and they become super powerful. And it does work if we have this kind of shady sector, which I think would be pretty cool, to be honest. And you could even double her as Doomsday. If you have her as the Doomsday where Supergirl could even possibly almost die, I think that you can get 2 really cool stories in there. So let me know what you think. Who do you think is in that pod? Please do drop a like. Please do subscribe. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.